They called him Jay, not for his grades, which were nothing to write home about, but for his last name, Jameson. Jamal Jameson, 15 years old, 6 feet 1 inch, already sporting a mustache he insisted made him look grown. He walked the halls of Franklin D. Roosevelt Middle School in Dayton, Ohio, like he owned the building, shoulders back, hoodie half on even in freezing weather, chin always tilted up. You ever seen a kid treat school like it's his personal arena? That was Jamal. He had a comeback for every teacher, a glare for every hall monitor, and a loyal crew trailing behind him like a royal entourage. He didn't just talk loud. He moved loud. Locker doors slammed under his hands. His sneakers squeaked aggressively across the tile floors, and he bumped into people like they didn't exist. Nobody stopped him. Not teachers, not security, not even the assistant principal, who just sighed when Jamal passed by, like he'd already accepted defeat. One Thursday morning, Jamal strutted through the double doors just as the first bell rang. In his world, school started when he arrived. He glanced at his phone, shoved it back into his pocket, and caught sight of a smaller kid, probably 7th grade, hustling to the front office with a cracked Chromebook in his arms. "Yo, watch out," Jamal barked, stepping directly into the kid's path. The boy flinched. "Sorry," he mumbled like he'd done something wrong. Jamal smirked and followed him. "Man, y'all always looking scared. It's school, not Rikers," he muttered, loud enough for everyone to hear. Laughter trailed behind him. His crew, which today included Tay, Malik, and a kid everyone called Spaz, real name, Leonard, but no one said that out loud. Jamal shoved open the front office door like he was storming a locker room. He had no reason to be there. He just liked stirring the pot. "Yo," he said, looking around. "Y'all baking cookies in here? Smells like somebody's grandma been working overtime." That's when he saw her, back-turned, standing near the secretary's desk in a deep burgundy skirt suit, polished black flats, and a wide-brimmed hat peppered with rhinestones that glinted under the flickering fluorescent lights. She didn't flinch, just shifted her weight slightly. "Whose grandma is this?" Jamal called out. "This Miss Edna from down the block." More laughter. Still, she didn't turn. The silence got to him, made him push. He walked close, too close, brushed past her deliberately as he leaned on the counter. "Ain't you supposed to be in a nursing home or something? You lost, ma'am." This time, she turned. Slowly, her eyes locked onto his like a steel vice. She didn't speak at first, just stared. Then, with a voice smooth as velvet but sharp as glass, she said, "I suggest you step back." Jamal blinked. People usually stammered or looked away. Not her. "Nah, I'm good," he said, inching closer. "You don't know who I am, do you?" She smiled. Not a sweet smile. One of those tight, knowing smiles that said, "You're about to learn something." The secretary glanced at the walkie-talkie on her hip. The assistant principal appeared in the doorway, coffee in hand, frozen mid-sip. Everyone knew something Jamal didn't. "Look, I'm just saying," Jamal tried, chuckling. "You bold coming here with no walker or cane. That's impressive." Still calm. Still unmoved. "You think you're funny," she said, her voice still level. "But funny wears off when life starts handing out consequences." Jamal scoffed, looked at his boys for backup. But Tay and Spaz weren't laughing anymore. Even Malik shifted awkwardly. "Miss Sharon," the secretary said, "should I tell Principal Wilcox you're here?" "Yes, please," the woman replied. "Tell him Sergeant Eloise Freeman has arrived." The room froze. Jamal straightened instinctively, but he tried to play it off. "Wait, hold up. Sergeant." "Yes, baby," she said, turning back to him. 22 years Army. I've seen real problems. And boys like you." She paused, the smile gone. "Y'all aren't problems. You're projects. And I'm very good at fixing projects." That stung more than Jamal would ever admit. "Man, whatever," he muttered. But Mrs. Freeman wasn't finished. She adjusted her purse like she was preparing for battle. "Where's your class, young man?" "Why you care?" "Because I'll be in it. Starting today." Principal Wilcox asked me to cover 8th grade social studies. Room 209, right? His heart dropped. That was his class. Miss Langston had been out for a week on medical leave. He stared at this woman, who looked like she belonged in a church pew, not holding his academic fate. "Don't worry," she said, passing him. "We have plenty of time to get acquainted." The room stayed silent. Miss Sharon peered over her glasses. "Boy, you just signed up for a lesson you ain't ready for." She ain't even a real teacher, Jamal muttered. The assistant principal finally emerged. She's more than a teacher. That woman trained soldiers. Led platoons. We brought her in because some of y'all treat this school like recess. By the time Jamal reached room 209, the hallway seemed longer. His sneakers dragged. Maybe if he stalled, she'd disappear. But there she was, Sergeant Freeman, at the whiteboard, already writing. Discipline is a form of love. The class was quiet. That never happened. He walked in. Glad you could join us, Mr. Jameson, she said without turning. Take your seat. He froze. No one called him by his last name unless he was in trouble. He slid into his chair. No textbooks today, she announced. No Chromebooks. Just one question. Write this. Who am I when no one's watching? Groans, but soft ones. Even Jamal didn't act up. He leaned back, arms crossed. She walked the aisles. Every step was measured. She paused beside Jamal. His paper was blank. Nothing to say, Mr. Jameson. Don't know what you want me to write. I don't want you to write, she said. I want you to think. That's your issue. You're louder than your thoughts. And that's dangerous. Their eyes met. No judgment. Just truth. She moved on. There are two types of people, she said. Those who use fear, and those who earn respect. Fear fades. Respect endures. Later, Jamal sat in the cafeteria, swirling his milk. She wild, he muttered. She ain't even blink when you bumped her. Tay said. Low key, Malik added. Feel like she saw through you. Jamal didn't respond, but his chest was tight. That afternoon, he made a choice. He waited for her outside the office. Same hat, same purse, same calm. He stepped close. You don't scare me. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to save you. He bumped her shoulder again. Silence. She reached for his wrist. Firm, not violent. Disrespect has a cost, she said. And you haven't paid it yet. Assistant Principal Wilcox stepped in. My office. Now. Inside, he said. She came out of retirement for you. Because I asked her to. Jamal looked down. She didn't grab me hard. No, Wilcox said. She stopped you. There's a difference. She's willing to talk. But only if you ask. 10 minutes later, Jamal stood outside room 209. He knocked. I didn't mean to. You did, she said. Own that. He nodded. I get mad. Fast. Then I don't know why. Anger doesn't make you strong, she replied. It makes you brittle. The loudest ones. They're often the most scared. He sat. I ain't never had anyone talk to me like you, he said. Because you're used to people yelling or walking away. You don't know what to do when someone stays. She leaned closer. You're not broken. Just bruised. And bruises heal. He looked up, eyes glassy. You think I can change? I know you can. The next day, Jamal walked in alone. Quiet. No stomping. No show. Sergeant Freeman was already writing on the board. A strong man learns. A wise man listens. Jamal sat near the front. She nodded. He nodded back. That afternoon, he passed Darren Clay in the hallway. Darren shoulder-checked him. What, you soft now? Jamal stood tall. You good, man? Darren blinked. Jamal kept walking. Sergeant Freeman watched from afar. She whispered, progress. And he nodded. Because for the first time, he wasn't pretending. He was becoming. When the final bell rang, he lingered. Thank you, he said. She handed him a note. The loudest voice in the room isn't always the strongest. Sometimes it's just the most afraid. He kept it in his wallet for years. Because some lessons don't come from textbooks. They come from someone who sees you and stays.